As expected, Ghislaine Maxwell took the fifth and refused to answer any questions. This is obviously very disappointing. We had many questions to ask about the crimes she and Epstein committed.
Ghislaine Maxwell refusing to answer questions today during a deposition before the House Oversight Committee. However, we could get new information from lawmakers as they get a first look at unredacted Epstein files. Here to break down all of this is the Hill's breaking news associate editor, Sophia Vento. Hey, Sophia. So let's start with the Maxwell testimony. Not much of anything came from it. Is this the last we're going to hear from Maxwell on the files, or could there be more from her and her case moving forward?
Yeah, so as you heard from the congressman, this was not unexpected. Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers indicated last week that she'd be pleading the fifth and not answering any questions that could possibly incriminate her before the House Oversight Committee. In my view, this is probably the last time we'll be hearing from Ghislaine Maxwell for at least a little bit as she rounds out her 20-year prison sentence in Texas.
You know, today is also a big day for lawmakers. It's the first time they'll be allowed to access the Epstein files unredacted at the Justice Department. Who is expected to look at them, and what are they going to be looking for?
Yeah, I mean, every lawmaker will have the opportunity to take a look at the files. Some lawmakers have already indicated that they will be going. Most notably, that is Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky, who has really led the charge with the Epstein files case. He even polled his social media followers on X over the weekend, where he's asked his followers which files he should look into. The New York Times also reported earlier today that Representative Jamie Raskin, who is the top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee, also plans to take a look at the files. It's important to note, however, that lawmakers will not be able to bring any sort of electronic devices in with them, but they will be able to take notes on the files.
Representative Massie is one of the authors of the congressional law that forced the release of the files. He has threatened Department of Justice officials, including Attorney General Pam Bondi, with legal repercussions over redactions in the publicly released files. What can you tell us about that, and how does today tie into those threats?
Yeah, great question. I mean, Massie, as I mentioned earlier, alongside also Ro Khanna of California, have really led the charge with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Both of them have threatened to bring contempt proceedings before the House to hold Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt. Again, this would require to pretty much to go through all the House processes, where it would probably hit some hurdles with Massie's fellow Republicans. However, both Massie and Khanna have indicated that they would like to speak with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche on the matter. There has been no progress on that so far, but something to keep an eye out for. Furthermore, I think it's important to highlight that Attorney General Bondi will actually be at the House this week on Wednesday, where she'll testify before the House Judiciary Committee, where a lot of lawmakers will have the chance to ask some of those pressing questions.
Well, that's going to be very interesting to watch. Also wanted to ask you, a group of Epstein survivors took out a Super Bowl commercial last night. What can you tell us about that, and do you think that that might be a sign that this story is going to continue to make headlines?
Yeah, I definitely do not think the story is going anywhere. That Super Bowl ad really sort of highlighted that this is really, again, on the forefront of so many Americans' minds. I think you can see a lot of Democrats have also taken the chance to promote that. Everyone from Chuck Schumer to fellow House Democrats or Democratic colleagues to figures like Monica Lewinsky have posted this on social media. So again, I really do not think that this story is going anywhere, and I think you could definitely see this ad from the survivors coming up at that House Judiciary Committee hearing with Pam Bondi later this week.
All right, the story we will continue to follow. For now, we will leave it at that. Sophia Vento, thanks so much for your insight.
Thank you.